Hey guys, it's Rekt Capital. Welcome to today's video and welcome to Altseason. We've had a few interesting technical indicators give us the signal that we are entering Altseason, or at least Altseason is continuing as it has been for the past few weeks. So we're going to dive into Bitcoin just to very quickly cover what's happened since yesterday. If you want a full update on Bitcoin, check out yesterday's video in the top right hand corner. But since yesterday, we've seen a fantastic development in price because we've seen consolidation in Bitcoin's price action, which is always conducive to altcoin valuations and altcoin movements in the space. But overall, we've seen a defending of this higher low, this 2-month higher low dating back to April 30th, and it's always great to see a strong reaction from that point. My only concern was, are we seeing a weakening reaction from this trend line over time? Well, fundamentally, we can definitely say that we're seeing less volatile reactions from this trend line. So over here, you're not seeing much consolidation. Here, you're seeing a little bit more consolidation. And on these points of contact of the trend line, you're seeing a lot of consolidation, an ascending triangle in this particular case. And it's great to see that we saw a downward wick past the triangle, but ultimately closing within the triangle so as to springboard from this higher low once again in a strong volatile fashion to break out from this ascending triangle. And now we're seeing a pullback, and people might be getting a little bit uncertain or panicky, but the thing to bear in mind here from a technical perspective is that we're seeing a pullback just to test this previous resistance as a new support. So this pullback is a retest attempt, a technical event that tends to precede bullish continuation towards the upside. So this is a positive sign that we're seeing at the moment, as long as we continue to hold this level as a support. In any case, it's fantastic to see that we're seeing quite strong correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins. Yesterday, Bitcoin rallied and altcoins followed suit, and that's something we've been waiting for all this time. It's great to see that correlation between Bitcoin and altcoins. When Bitcoin rallies, altcoins follow suit. That's the best combination you can have, where the whole market is gaining, and it's definitely reason to be bullish. And when we consider Ethereum, because this video is going to be focusing on Ethereum, because from Ethereum everything stems when it comes to the altcoin market. The altcoin market is in its vast majority very much dependent on Ethereum. Ethereum is a leading indicator for altcoin seasons, and the reason that we've been seeing a lot of movement in the altcoin space is not only down to Bitcoin consolidation, but also Ethereum's rally up and its subsequent consolidation. And this period of consolidation is very much beneficial to altcoins as well. We've been seeing a flag-like structure on Ethereum's price action develop for a while now. It's been like this since June, really the end of May. So it's been over a month that we're seeing this consolidation, and this flag-like structure is a corollary. I'm just going to skip ahead very quickly with the altcoin market cap. You can see that altcoin market cap for the first time in over a month has actually broken out from this flag-like structure, and it's fantastic to see this sort of movement because this marks a shift in the altcoin market. The altcoin market cap is gaining, and we're going to be approaching this psychological level of 100 billion very, very soon. So it's great to see this, and it is a corollary when we're comparing Ethereum's price action, because this is also a flag-like structure, a little less stable than the altcoin market cap flag-like structure, because of course Ethereum broke down from here, but managed to keep 217 as a support and break back into the structure. But above all else, this blue diagonal is still that strong resistance. But speaking about this breakdown right over here, on the weekly time frame, this wasn't a confirmed breakdown. So things can break down all day one on the daily time frame, but if they don't break down on the weekly time frame, that's the most important thing. And on a weekly time frame, you can see that this flag-like structure is still very much intact, but of course this lower high resistance is a problem for Ethereum. So while this price action looks really good to me, a perfect morning star candlestick formation, this is a great set of candles just showcasing a reversal, a bullish trend reversal. But of course, this diagonal is the one to breach right now. That's something I'd like to see breach on the weekly time frame, a weekly candle close above here, because if we get that, we'll probably see a revisit to around 244, and this is going to be the validation point for this curling up in the price action. So first it's that blue diagonal, and then it's 244. And of course, once we breach past 244, this is when we can see a little bit more upside from Ethereum, because that would mean we've probably broken out from this flag-like structure, and we're probably going to see a revisit to around the $260 region, which is of course the diagonal of the past few months. So since around June of last year, we've seen a diagonal resistance forming lower highs since that time, with each peak, and that's the next region that I'll be looking for a breach. But the principle remains the same. A breach of this blue diagonal in the form of a weekly candle close would be bullish, in the same way that a weekly candle close above this blue diagonal, or at least black diagonal, would also be bullish. So Ethereum isn't looking bad, it's actually looking quite promising, but it's very important to not be overly bullish on Ethereum. It's important to be cautiously optimistic, especially upon those very specific, very important confirmations past specific resistances in a form of this blue diagonal, in a form of breaking past 244, which would probably happen at the same time of breaching out of this structure, and of course breaching this long-standing diagonal resistance as well, because that would really open up Ethereum to revisit this section of different price levels from around 260 to 300 and even upwards, because ultimately we are in this macro ascending triangle. But in any case, that's enough for Ethereum. If we see a breakout in Ethereum's price action, we're going to see even more rallies in altcoins, because as we all know, Ethereum is a leading indicator for altcoins. So a breakout in Ethereum would probably take a little valuation from altcoins, but then we'd see that money flow back into altcoins, and we'd see a prolonging in the cycle when it comes to these smaller cap altcoins. But in the meantime, we're already seeing great technical signs in the form of a breakdown in market cap, or at least Bitcoin market dominance, from the orange trend line. A breakdown from here, it's a clean breakdown. Welcome to Altseason. A breakdown from this very key level, a multi-month trend line has been broken. And of course, it is possible that we could see a curl up in the short term just to test this level as a resistance before continuing towards the downside, closer towards the 63% level. But in any case, it's great to see this breakdown is now confirmed, and altcoins have been rallying just to showcase that we're getting definitely more bullish about the altcoin space, and the altcoin market cap breakout is also a testament to that. So we know that Ethereum is consolidating, it's making some moves inside its current structure and consolidating there, but we're also seeing Bitcoin dominance drop. So what's going on? We're seeing Bitcoin dominance drop, so altcoin dominance is increasing, market cap of altcoins is increasing. So what is driving this increase in the altcoin market? Because it certainly isn't Ethereum, not necessarily, because those are very small movements in Ethereum's price action at the moment. We're actually seeing strong movements in smaller altcoins, such as Chainlink. Chainlink has been one of the top performers. It's been one of the coins that I've been regularly covering on Twitter. Fantastic flagging over here. This was actually consolidation within a very tight range at highs, price compression preceding price expansion. Fantastic price expansion, 17% into a new all-time high, not only on the BTC pair, but also on the USD pair, which I've been concurrently covering on my Twitter. A breakout, 27% since breaking out from the $4.47 range. It's fantastic to see new all-time highs, not only on the BTC pair, but also on the USD pair. A breakout from these macro triangles were the technical signs that preceded this exponential euphoric movement, and both of these coins are now in price discovery. And it's interesting to note that Link isn't a double-digit altcoin, it's a single-digit altcoin despite reaching a new all-time high. And we have to also mention that Ethereum once upon a time was also a single-digit altcoin. In any case, Link is in price discovery right now, so it's very difficult to come up with a target where we could see some resistance, because theoretically there is no resistance ahead for Link. So it's an exciting time for people holding that coin. And of course, guys, these are the altcoins that I'm covering from the tweet that you guys commented on when it comes to which altcoins you'd like me to cover in today's YouTube video. So of course, Chainlink is one of them. Dogecoin is of course the other one. Dogecoin is a valuable predictor to altcoin seasons, and if you'd like to check out my video about that, check it out in the top right hand corner. Of course, Dogecoin is in a range. It's enjoyed a 20% rally, but ultimately it is in a range. This is the range low. This is the range high. I'd only get excited after breaching this range high because that would confirm a continuation in altcoin season, which would be fantastic to see in of itself. But I still think there's a little bit more time left until that happens, and it might not even happen in this cycle. We've seen such consolidation in Dogecoin for a while now, so I'm just going to wait until we see a breakout from this most likely accumulation range for Dogecoin for it to enjoy yet another interesting cycle. Kyber network is another one, and this long-standing downtrending resistance. And this is exactly what happens when you break a long-standing resistance, 1.5 years old, because we see an exponential rally towards the upside. And these are the consolidation periods that I'm going to be watching for in these coins, because it's great to see higher time frame breakouts from really strong technical patterns or even strong long-standing resistances, like in the case of Kyber network, because since they've confirmed the breakout, they've confirmed a new bull trend. So it's very important to treat these consolidation periods as an opportunity to potentially reaccumulate as price goes sideways for a few weeks. And we've seen a consolidation period for Kyber network which lasted actually 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks really, before it actually broke out into another 30+% rally towards the upside. So that's something I'm going to be watching for when it comes to Kyber network. Can it form a consolidation range? Could it pull back a little bit before forming that consolidation range? That's something I'm going to be watching for. When it comes to Litecoin USD, of course, we've seen all these different coins rally and carry altcoin dominance and carry altcoin market cap. And Litecoin is one of them. And of course, it takes a lot of money to move Litecoin 8% towards the upside. So that's also a valuable factor in the increase in altcoin market cap. Unfortunately, we've seen a breakdown from this consolidation structure, which has been happening for a while now. But fundamentally, we're still in this $8 range of $40.80 to $48.80. And recently, we've rebounded from the bottom of this range. So we're just going to be maintaining this range for the time being, as we have been really since April of this year. So nothing's really changing on the macro sense when it comes to Litecoin USD. This is just consolidation before the next move up, and we just have to watch for those triggers. $48.80, a breakout past this level would be fantastic, because that would mean we'd see further upside in Litecoin, probably a return to $56, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. This is the range to watch out for. Nothing much from Litecoin USD. But this is the next coin that you guys wanted me to cover, VeChain, and the same thing goes when it comes to VeChain. When we compare it to Kyber network, it's very important to just note that this is the macro structure, the double bottom formation that VeChain started to form. And you can see that at this very key point in time and a very key moment in this structure, you saw a lot of consolidation before that final breakout, which was really exuberant. A lot of over-optimism is going into this coin at the moment, and it's very important to just note this lower high in the meantime, but also to watch for that consolidation period, very much like Kyber network, because these consolidation periods are the ones you want to watch in chasing these rallies. Don't chase the green candles, chase the consolidation periods, as I like to say. So when it comes to TomoChain, another coin that has been fantastic, a fantastic mover in the space, a breakout from an ascending triangle has triggered a strong rally towards the upside, and initially we returned to this wicking area, but now this wicking area has been broken, and all I want to see from TomoChain for it to continue its rally is to just maintain this support on a potential dipping pullback. And if it can't maintain that support, we're probably going to revisit this wicking area, which really needs to turn into that new support, because previously it was a very strong resistance over here and over here. But we have to see that region turn into a new demand zone, and that would be fantastic just to see a pullback over here and then a rally towards highs once again. In any case guys, that's about it for today's video. Please consider dropping a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course subscribe for more videos like this one in the future. I'm Rekt Capital, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Speak soon.